So, as we have just received the trailer for Season 3 of The Mandalorian, I thought I would make a video for those who are interested in the Mandalore's background and how it leads us to the end of Season 2. I hope you all enjoy. Mandalore was a planet located in the Outer Rim. It was the homeworld of the Mandalorians, a fearsome folk who fought the Jedi and raided their temples during the fall of the Old Republic. While wearing Beskar armor, which was an alloy used in Mandalorian armor, notably used for its high tolerance to extreme forms of damage. In its purest form, Beskar was durable enough to withstand a direct blaster shot and could even repel lightsaber strikes. Tarre Viszla was a Force sensitive who as a child eventually was inducted into the Jedi Order, becoming the first Mandalorian to do so. Viszla eventually would become a Jedi Knight. He created the Darksaber, a unique black-coloured lightsaber with a hilt forged by Beskar. The Darksaber would become the symbol of leadership for House Viszla, the house he founded, later becoming eventually Clan Viszla. After Viszla's passing, the Darksaber was kept in the Jedi Temple until it was taken by members of House Viszla during the fall of the Old Republic and was used to unite Mandalore. Years of war left the planet inhospitable, forcing the Mandalorians to live within domed cities. A pacifist regime came to power at the end of these wars, led by Duchess Satine who joined the Galactic Republic. Those who refused to give up their warrior ways had exiled to the moon Concordia. During the Clone Wars, the Mandalorians were overthrown by the Sith Lord Maul. Though the Galactic Empire would rule the planet after the war's end, the planet was heavily bombed in the Night of 1,000 Tears during the Great Purge of Mandalore. After the Purge, Mandalorians scattered all across the galaxy. While associating with the Galactic Republic, the impact of the Clone Wars saw Mandalore declare neutrality between the Republic and the Confederacy of Independent Systems, otherwise known as the Separatists. Death Watch, wishing for Mandalore to return to their ways of their ancestors, attempted to take back Mandalore with Separatist assistance after a bombing of the Peace Park in Mandalore's capital of Sundari. In the later years, Death Watch attempted to conquer Mandalore again. Now allied with former Sith Lord Maul and crime families, Pre-Viszla organised a series of strikes throughout the Sundari capital. The Pike Syndicate, Black Sun and Maul's apprentice Savage Opress conducted attacks on key locations, creating a mass panic and loss of life. Satine's peacekeeping forces were overwhelmed, and soon the terrified public of Sundari marched towards the royal palace demanding action. Pre-Viszla and Death Watch made a public promise to the people to protect them in the future. The public would then turn to Death Watch to provide new leadership and guidance. Behind the scenes though, Satine was arrested and placed in prison. As Viszla took his place as the new Prime Minister of Mandalore, disagreements developed between himself and Maul, which led to the arrest of Maul and Savage Opress. In prison, Maul allied himself with former Prime Minister Almec in the hope to establish Almec as a puppet leader in the case he gained control of Mandalore. They escaped prison. Maul challenged Viszla to single combat, as is tradition of Mandalore, so he couldn't refuse. Of course, Maul defeated Viszla to become the leader of Mandalore. Maul then appointed to the role of Prime Minister Almec to cover Maul's role in Viszla's death. He told the public it was Satine and that Viszla's last command was to make Almec the Prime Minister. Darth Sidious, having grown aware of Maul's plans on Mandalore, personally confronted his former apprentice. The conflict led to the death of Savage Opress and the capture of Maul. While Maul escaped, the crime families temporarily dissolved, along with Mother Talzin, an extremely powerful ally to Maul, who was killed by Grievous under the command of Dooku, who would have been ordered by Sidious. After her death, Sidious disregarded Maul as a threat to his plans in the immediate future. Age of the Empire, Imperial rule. Bo-Katan had been appointed leader of Mandalore. She refused to do the Empire's bidding, however, and eventually was forced out of power by Clan Saxon, who cooperated with the Empire. Gar Saxon was made Viceroy and Governor of the planet by the Empire, with Imperial Super Commandos as his enforcers. The Empire established an Imperial Academy on Mandalore for training military cadets. Gar Saxon ruled Mandalore on behalf of the Empire until his death at the hands of Sabine Wren's mother, Ursa Wren. This caused a civil war between Clan Wren and Clan Saxon. Clan Saxon were backed by the Empire, while Clan Wren were supported by Clan Kreese, Viszla, Rook, Elder, and Ben Rao. The Empire realised they would never fully control Mandalore, so the Empire launched the Great Purge of Mandalore. This led to the near genocide of Mandalorians. Moff Gideon, who we see in The Mandalorian, took part in this siege and managed to take the Darksaber from Bo-Katan. As spoils of their victory, the Empire gathered Mandalorian Beskar and cast the metal into Imperial ingots. The Purge was what forced the group of Mandalorians known as the Tribe to operate in secret even after the fall of the Empire. There is something I need if I am to rule Mandalore, something that was once mine, said by Bo-Katan. After the events of the Great Purge, Mandalore was no longer ruled by the Mandalorians. Later on, Bo-Katan agreed to help Din Djarin rescue Grogu from Moff Gideon in return for Gideon's light cruiser, which she would be able to use to retake Mandalore and possession of the Darksaber, which was needed to rally the people of Mandalore. I hope you all enjoyed this piece. This brings us right up to where Season 3 of The Mandalorian should begin. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, as it would be a massive help to me. I would greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe. Thank you, and see you next time on the channel.